going on, guys? Today we're going to be installing an ultra quiet resonator on the Z3. Alright guys, so last time you saw me build this straight pipe exhaust for the Z3. It is pretty simple. It got rid of the stock resonator that was there and a really big muffler that was back here. It turns out it is pretty loud. I had a hunch that it might be. There is still the cat in here, but that's the only thing quieting the exhaust down right now. So it's really not horrible, but when you're in it with the top down, since you sit so far back in this car, you're like right over the rear wheels, your head is really close to the exhaust. So it is pretty loud when you're driving with the top down. And it actually reminds me a little bit of the 135. If you remember, I built a straight pipe exhaust for that and ran it that way for a while. It was really loud. And then what I did was I added a resonator to that. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do here. I'm actually adding the exact same resonator that I put on the 135. So this is a Vibrant ultra quiet resonator, and it's a 3-inch in and out, and it is straight through, so it's still pretty good for performance. But I really like the sound that came out of the 135 once I added this. And it should be pretty similar. They're both BMW straight 6s. Of course, the 135 was about 8 years newer, and it had the turbos to quiet it down, but the 135 also did not have cats. So I'm thinking this should be a similar sound level to that, which I really liked. Now really the only big issue with this is where do I fit it? Because this car is really small and this exhaust is pretty short. There's really not that many good areas to try to fit it. Here is like not even really an option. It goes right under the rear subframe there, so there's no room, and it would hang down really low. Obviously no room here because it goes right from the catted Y pipe into this section, and I want to retain that flex pipe. Another option would be back here by the tips, but since I put so much work into building the tips exactly how I wanted, it'd be nice not to mess all that up. So I'm thinking this is the area. So it will just fit like right about here, and that it will be behind the half shaft there. And so the only thing I'll have to redo would be this hanger, and it can just be welded right onto the side of the resonator. I'll basically be cutting out this bend here, and I'll probably cut this up to about that line just so I have enough room so that I clear the half shaft. So I'm thinking that should work out. Basically what I'm gonna do is take the exhaust off, cut it about where I think I need to here, and then also down around here. Then I'll mount everything back up, and then I can mock up exactly where this sits. Hopefully tack weld it while it's all on the car, take it off, and do the final welds just like before. Alright guys, so I got everything finished up now. It wasn't really too much of a challenge, only took a couple hours. So I got the piece cut out where I was going to put the new resonator, and then I mounted everything back up, and then I basically just figured out how I could mount the resonator so that the tips still sat where I wanted, That just took a few minutes to kind of finagle until I got to the right spot. But once I did, I could tack it on the car, and then I just took it off to do all of the final welds. And also it was pretty nice, this hanger, I just cut off the other pipe and I didn't even need to trim it at all, and I welded it right onto the resonator. So basically the new welds are right here, so I cut that splitter pipe as far back as I could and then welded it to the resonator. And then on this side I actually cut off as much as I could on the resonator to fit up to my existing pipe, because that is right where the axle was, and it looks like I have plenty of clearance. Now this should be the finished exhaust for the Z3. Let's get it back on and see if it's much quieter.